welcome back to the channel. This is the SmackDown edition of the UpShots. Tonight's episode of SmackDown kicked off with Kofi Kingston coming to the ring, and he talks about getting to go back home to Ghana, and they show a video package recapping his time there. And this leads to Dolph Ziggler coming out, and Dolph Ziggler cuts pretty much the same promo that he usually cuts, the "It Should Have Been Me" promo. And then they recap the highlights of his career, and he talks a little bit more. And then Kevin Owens' music hits, and they go to commercial. When we come back from commercial, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus the New Day in a tag team match. And there was no lead up to it or anything. The match just started. And this was actually, it was a pretty good match. There was nice backwards and forth. I wish WWE would focus more on the Sami Zayn Kevin Owens tag team because they're a really good tag team. And Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods, of course, they do well together. And all four men work really well together. It was actually a very good match. The ending came when Kofi Kingston hit Zayn with the Trouble in Paradise. And then after the match, Dolph Ziggler showed up, super kicked Kofi Kingston, and beat down Xavier Woods. After this match, we go backstage to a segment with Shane McMahon, and he recaps what happened to Roman Reigns last night on Raw with a video package. After this, we have a Moment of Bliss segment with Bayley. And pretty much all this segment was Bliss talking about coffee. She complained about SmackDown's coffee, then she has another cup brought out, and it's okay. But she wants it in her other mug. And then when they bring it back out, Bayley smacks it out of her hand. And they start to bicker backwards and forth. And Bliss says that SmackDown needs a better champion. Which then Carmella's music hits, which I thought was strange. And out comes Carmella, and she says you can't talk about a SmackDown champion without including her. And this leads to Charlotte's music hitting, and Charlotte comes out and informs everyone that there will be a three-way match between Carmella, Alexa Bliss, and Charlotte to see who will face Bayley at Stomping Ground. After the break, we come back, and Elias and R-Truth are going to have a match for the 24/7 title. It's a lumberjack match, and none of the lumberjacks are allowed to interfere in the match for the 24/7 rule ain't in effect at the time. And it's not really a match. Elias attacks Truth, throws him out of the ring. The lumberjacks beat him up, throw him back into the ring, and then he is pinned. So Elias is the new champ, and all the lumberjacks attack him. And somehow he slides out of the ring, and he's crawling around the ring. And when he gets to the ring post, he runs into Truth. And then he backs up and runs in under the ring, and Truth follows him, and you can hear the ref count to 3. Truth throws out with the title, and he won back his 24/7 title. After this, we have an Aleister Black promo where he's still challenging somebody to dare him, challenge him to a fight. And then after that, Shane McMahon comes out, and he has the Revival with him, and he runs down Roman Reigns and what he did to him. And then he shows a highlight package of the three-way beatdown on him last night. And then he talks about disciplining a dog and how some dogs are headstrong and need more discipline, and that he's going to neuter the big dog Friday, and he will lay dormant at his feet. This leads to Roman Reigns coming out, and he whoops the Revival on the ramp, and as he starts down the ramp and at ringside, Drew McIntyre hits him with a Claymore kick out of nowhere, and then which it was really, really nice. And then he rolls him into the ring, and Shane hits him with a spear and celebrates. Then they remind us of the Goldberg. Goldberg is going to be here tonight, and it's his first time ever appearing on SmackDown, and of the three-way women's match. We come back from commercial break, and the three-way women's match is ready to take place. And this was a real good match. All three women had moments to shine, and a Bliss picked up the shocking win when Fire and Desire come out and trip Carmella, and then Bliss hit her with her DDT. I didn't think Bliss would win because she was a Raw superstar, but with the wild card rule, who knows what's going to happen. Then they show what happened last night to Seth Rollins. They do a video package showing the beatdown that Brock Lesnar gave him. They have an interview segment in the ring with Lars Sullivan, and I can't remember her name, but the interviewer asked him what brings a man like him to do the things he does, and he says that he's not a man, and then he makes her call him a freak. And then he says some stuff about destroying people. But this all leads to him telling the Three Blind Mice story, and he's pretty much comparing it to Lucha House Party, which it was not a real good interview, I don't think. Then they remind us again that Goldberg will be there tonight. Then Apollo Crews and Andrade have a match. And it's not even really a match. Andrade attacks him before the match even starts. He goes to hit his DDT. And Finn Balor's music hits and he comes down to make the save. And as he's fighting off Andrade, he runs back into the corner to do his dropkick. Selena Vega grabs his leg. This lets Andrade get the upper hand and he hits his DDT. Then they show Undertaker's promo from last night, and this is my favorite part of SmackDown. Because last night Undertaker's promo was cut off because they ran out of time. He said, Goldberg, you're next. So he stole Goldberg's line. And then it got cut off and he didn't get to do the rest in peace line. So they showed that here. And this led to the ending segment of the show, which was Goldberg's rebuttal. So Goldberg comes out. He said the Undertaker was right, that he didn't need to be the family man Goldberg. So he left that guy at home. And as he's talking, this led to the Undertaker's gong hitting. And then the lights went off. And then when they come back on, the Undertaker was behind him. Goldberg turns around and he laughs. And then he steps up face to face with the Undertaker. The gong hits again and the lights go off. When they come back on, the Undertaker's gone. Goldberg gets on the mic and he says, so that's how it's going to be? I guess we'll wait until Friday. And then that should have been the end of the show, I think. But there was still time left, so the announcers had to run down the card for Friday, and that's how the show ended. So let me know down in the comments. What did you think of this week's SmackDown? I thought it was okay. It was below average, honestly. There was a lot more talking than there was wrestling. I guess they're trying to set up the Saudi show, even though there's been no real booking to it up until now. But let me know what you thought. And with all this said, I hope you have a wonderful day, and thanks for watching.